Hi guys, so today I want to talk to you about how you can kind of use Compass to personalize your ISTEP prep practice in your classroom so that your students aren't practicing skills that they have already mastered and are ready to teach. Are ready to test on. So today we're going to log into Compass. I already have it open in another tab. So here's my dashboard. When I log into Compass, it looks like this. So if you want to make it personalized and only have them practice things that they have not showed mastery on yet, you can go to assessment rather than assignment. So basically, it will give them a short test on whatever skills or standards you assign to them, and then it will only assign them practice on the skills that they have not shown mastery for. So today we're going to hit Test Builder. You can pick the standard set of how and what skills you're going to have them practice. So I'm going to use Common Core. Compass Learning is another one. If there is a Indiana standard that there is not a Common Core standard for, a lot of times you can find it in the actual Compass curriculum itself. I always use Common Core if there is a Common Core standard that correlates to the Indiana standard. There's one that says Indiana here, but it is the old state standard, so you want to make sure you don't use Indiana. I'm going to use Common Core. I teach language arts, 5th grade. Here's this keyword, because remember we're talking about Indiana standards on our actual maps or list of standards to cover for Check Plus for ISTEP Prep, but we are going to try to find it in Common Core. You might want to use the keyword search. So here's a screenshot real quick of my standards list, and I'm going to go through and assign just these two Check Plus standards for my students to build personalized practice on. So this first one is talking about quoting accurately, basically using race and drawing inferences from the text. So I'm going to, in keyword, I'm just going to type inferences and see if I can find the state standard that correlates, because the numbers look a little bit different. So on my map, it said RL over here. RL is the same for literature, but for example, RN in Indiana state standards, but Common Core is RI for reading informational versus reading nonfiction. So I have both of these to choose from. The actual standard that I'm looking at is the literature side of this standard, so I'm going to choose the literature one that talks about explaining what it says explicitly and when drawing inferences. So that's the standard that I want to assign practice on. And next, here's all the different things it's going to give you in the actual practice test to show mastery or not show mastery. So if you want to look at them to see if you like it, you can open it up. It will show you exactly what the passage in the question looks like with the answer, so you know exactly what it is that your student is, make sure that it aligns with what you're trying to get them to practice on. Here you have to name. I would name it ISTEP Prep just so that your students know what it is. I would put inferences because I'll have several of these throughout the course of my ISTEP Prep period. So this one is just for inferences. Draft mode, no, because I'm going to actually finalize the assessment today. Multiple sessions, I always just say yes. In case there is a student that does need to actually practice it, they might need to do it over several days. Allow early turn-in, I always hit yes. Mastery score. I personally do not believe that 70% is mastery. I would rather have 80 or even 85. However, a lot of times on these practice tests, it's only 4 or 5 questions. So if you put 80%, then they end up having to actually get 100 in order to master it. So if it's for a test like this, I would do 70, just because that way they could get 3 out of 4. Build the learning path. This is the part that actually makes it personalized practice, because remember, this test is only going to be 3, 4, or 5 questions, and then this learning path is going to be the personalized part that they did not show mastery on. So we're going to put yes, automatically build the learning path. I always leave this stuff alone. Hit next. This is just the review of everything that you just put. Make sure that it's the right standard and all of that, and hit save. Here's where it shows you, these are assessments that I was building for something else. So here's the actual test that they're going to take.
Today you are taking a test. Do your best and answer as many questions as you can.
test that they're going to take. This is the learning path that it will automatically build for them. You can remove things if you think it's too long. A lot of times I remove the writing because I know that a lot of kids have trouble turning them in and things. You can remove that if you wanted to. Just click it over here, remove it if you want to make it shorter so that they can actually complete it in at one independent session time or with multiple. So remember, if they've already mastered these things and they don't necessarily need to practice on it, this part will go gray after the practice test if they receive that 70% or higher. So that way, nobody is wasting time practicing things that they already know and then could possibly have burnout or behavior issues or whatever. So if we can take away things, you can also add things if you have something that you absolutely love. You can hit add curriculum. You could go back and add a little bit of the Common Core practice and also add the curriculum from Compass, whatever you kind of want to personalize it the way that you like it. When you are done, you're going to hit complete. Assignment name, ISTEP Prep Inferences. I always like to select the grade level and all of that, so when then after I've used this program for a while, I can search for my stuff real quickly. Darts. This is 5th grade content. ELA. Yep, I leave all that stuff the same. I'm going to assign it to my students now, so you hit next. They're both of my classes. If you wanted to only assign it to some kids that you know don't have it mastered or a specific group or something, you can always click the plus sign and actually click each kid themselves. If it's foundational content and it's everybody 5th grade content, then I always just click the classes and hit finish. And it's automatically assigned to all of them. That's as easy as it could be. So then when the student logs into Compass, you just tell them that they need to be working on ISTEP Prep inferences or whatever it is that you name that practice. Then when you go to look at their actual scores, there it will be an assignment. You can hit class progress, click the assignment. There it is. Details gives you what they've done on it. Now, none of my students have done it because we just assigned it. However, once they start working in it, you can go here to monitor how they're doing on the original assessment and on what they're doing in their personal path. So I hope this helps making ISTEP Prep a little bit easier for all of you. And if you have any questions, always feel free to ask. Thanks.